Hello, welcome back, Recapped Mystery here. Today, I'm going to explain a Malaysian comedy film, Beautiful World. Watch out and take care. The film begins in a Chinese elementary school, where a doctor is weighing pupils for an annual weight checkup. In today's world, the beauty standard has shifted, and obese individuals are deemed more attractive and beautiful than slender people. The doctor commends a child called Zhenpeng for weighing the heaviest of anyone. Zhenpeng has also been the fattest person in their class for the past 5 years. The nurses use him as an example, telling the others to consume as much as they can and get as big as him. Zhenpeng's mother comes to fetch him up after school. Other children's parents commend his mother and Zhenpeng on their exceptional weight. One of the mothers is concerned about her daughter Tanshin's thinness. It turns out that no one in this world wants to marry thin people. Zhenpeng, on the other hand, compliments Tanshin, saying she is slender and beautiful. He is unique in that he does not consider overweight individuals to be handsome. Zhenpeng remarks on his way home that he needs to reduce weight since he can't see his toes while standing up. He believes that being obese is unattractive and stupid. The child insists on flying like a bird rather than waddling around like a pig. This irritates his mother, who chastises him for being different from everyone else in the world. Zhenpeng witnesses other students bullying Tanshin for being underweight and ugly one day at school. He chases them away, but Tanshin is unappreciative of his generosity. She thinks he's being sarcastic when he calls her pretty. Tanshin punches Zhenpeng and goes away when he maintains she is attractive. The incident occurred several years ago. The world hasn't changed much because being obese is still considered beautiful. All of the models on magazine covers, as well as prominent actors and singers, are overweight. Zhenpeng, on the other hand, has matured into a slim adult who owns a donut store. He has few customers because his donuts are not calorie counted and are prepared from nutritious fruits. His mother is constantly concerned about him and the shop because Zhenpeng defies social conventions and doesn't care if people think he's slim. She begs him to use more sugar in his donuts, but Zhenpeng is adamant about making his products healthier. Manko, Zhenpeng's girlfriend, is equally slender and believes she is ugly. She attends fattening classes where a lady instructs them on how to eat as unhealthy as possible. They say that the heavier a woman is, the more room she has in a man's heart. Manko is upset because she has only gained 0.5 kilograms in 3 months, when her peers have acquired 30 kilograms. To push her, the teacher reminds her of societal discrimination against slim people. She even offers a moving statement about wanting to hurt herself because she was so thin. Manko and her slim companion go to a restaurant after class and try to eat as much as they can. However, halfway during the meal, Manko becomes ill and must be brought to the hospital. Zhenpeng comes to see her and assures her that she is beautiful despite her thinness. Manko's day is made worse when the doctor tells her to eat light for the next week. She laments about not being able to gain weight after returning home. Zhenpeng requests that she discontinue the fattening program because it is making her unwell, but Manko flatly refuses. Manko and her companion are kicked out of their next fattening lesson because they bring a bad name to the program. The organizers are not interested in having slim chicks represent them. The girls retaliate, but the teacher declares they have little chance of gaining weight and becoming beautiful. Manko and her pal leave the premises, disappointed. Her friend's boyfriend will not marry her unless she loses weight. She jumps in front of a moving car, intending to commit suicide, but a lovely big man stops the car with his own hands and saves her. Simon, the designer of the fattening program, is revealed to be the man. He securely returns Manko's pal home, and even requests that the lady who just booted them out re-enroll them in the program. The facility, he claims, is designed for thin women who want to feel beautiful. Manko is visibly moved by his boss's generosity. He apologizes to her for the employee's behavior when the two are alone. Before leaving, he leaves her his business card and invites her to contact him at any moment. Following that, Manko meets Zhenpeng but utterly ignores him since she is too preoccupied with her phone. Zhenpeng fears that her girlfriend would leave him if she gains weight, but Manko dismisses the thought. The following day is a launch celebration for the next products in the fattening program. Manko's classmates, who are also enrolled in the program, are on stage. While Manko and her companion are bringing beverages to the guests, They are showing their progress. Everyone is looking forward to seeing Debbie, the launch's honorary guest. Manko approaches Simon and his buddies, presenting him with a unique drink. Simon promotes her to his buddies as a new talent who will almost certainly acquire weight during the next 3 months. However, as soon as she departs, we learn that it was his idea to toss them out of the program. When he discovered the girls had committed suicide, he claimed to be on their side in order to avoid a future lawsuit. Manko's weight is mocked by the table, who refers to her as a bamboo stick. In the next scene, we meet starlet Debbie, who happens to be Zenpeng's former classmate Anshin. She made it her mission to gain weight and be the most beautiful version of herself because of her bullies. She is now a top Chinese model and despises Zenpeng for referring to her as beautiful when she was younger. She makes a spectacular entrance into the event, stunning everyone. Backstage, though, Zenpeng is delivering donuts for the party. He chooses to wait for Manko till the event is over. Debbie delivers an emotional statement on how she was bullied at school. Debbie departs the event after telling Simon that the donuts were terrible. Manko and her buddy bid farewell to Simon and the others, but the gang insists on staying for a drink. Manko nods, unaware that her boyfriend is waiting for her outside. Manko is clearly jealous of the other big girl getting closer to Simon as the talk progresses. They wager on who can consume the most alcohol. Manko consumes many glasses as a result of jealousy. The men like the competition and invite them to eat the donuts with them. When Manko begins to feel sick, one of Simon's friends shoves a donut down her mouth. When Zenpeng, who has just arrived at the venue, notices this, he pushes the man away from his girlfriend. He confronts them and calls their fattening program a swindle. Things get heated when he accuses Simon of making light of the matter. Simon, enraged, kicks both of them out of the venue. As they leave, the gang mocks the couple, saying they resemble a pair of chopsticks. To calm Manko down, Zenpeng brings her to a restaurant. She is enraged at him for destroying the only nice thing in her life. She claims she never considered him beautiful and was only in a relationship with him because he was tiny like her. Manko declares that they have broken up before departing. A depressed Zenpeng makes his way outdoors, but he is knocked out by a metal billboard advertising the fattening program. Zenpeng is knocked out by the impact. His mother, enraged at everyone who contributed to her son's hospitalization, resolves to sue the fattening firm. Simon and his workers soon get a letter from her lawyer. The story spreads, and the corporation is chastised for producing faulty billboards that endanger the lives of ordinary people. Debbie receives fire from the media for supporting such firms because the billboard used her image. She and her assistant are looking for a method to turn the abuse she is receiving on social media around, and they discover that the victim is her elementary school bully, Zenpeng. Debbie brings a floral bouquet to the hospital the next day. She introduces herself as Danshin to Zenpeng's mother. The woman is taken aback to witness the scrawny little girl from elementary school transformed into a lovely big woman. Debbie compliments her figure while also winning Zenpeng's mother over with her friendliness. As an apology for endorsing the fattening program, she even transfers Zenpeng to the VIP suite when she is alone with her assistant. However, she explains that she only assisted them because she wanted the media to depict her as a generous celebrity. She also wants Zenpeng to awaken so she may get revenge on him for how he treated her in school. Debbie pays a visit to Zenpeng early the next morning. She punches him in the face and leaps on top of him to exact her vengeance. Her strategy, however, fails as the impact brings him back to consciousness. Zenpeng is surprised to see her but does not express his surprise. Debbie begins visiting their donut business every day after he is discharged from the hospital to see his mother. She also offers to be their brand ambassador and pledges to taste test the donuts till they meet her standards. Zenpeng takes her to a secret spot and asks why she is being so polite to his family while she clearly despises him. Debbie breaks down and tells him how much he influenced her childhood. She collapses unconscious on the ground as she yells at him to apologize. Debbie has various health difficulties as a result of her girth, according to the doctor, yet she refuses to drop weight. If she continues to overeat, she will most likely get heart disease and die young. Zenpeng feels sorry for Debbie and wishes to assist her, but he is unsure how. Debbie is worried by her 5-kilogram weight loss in 1 week. She hopes to get back to 90 kilograms before the start of filming on her debut feature. She brings out an illicit weight-increasing medication that the doctor has advised her to avoid. Debbie ignores her assistant's warnings and takes the medication nevertheless. She has terrible rashes in her back as a side effect. The next day, she attends a radio show to speak with followers and encourage them to eat more. Zhenpeng listens to the program and refers to them as donut. He offers his opinion on the trend, claiming that the size of your body should not dictate your social status. He also admits to being a chubby kid who is now slim. Debbie goes to his shop later, knowing it's him on the phone. They have a fierce argument, but Debbie becomes disoriented in the middle. Zhenpeng welcomes her and offers her a cup of tea. He calmly informs her that her health is more essential than any beauty contest. Debbie asks him before leaving if she can truly disregard other people's opinions and live her life as she wishes. Zhenpeng claims that he has been doing the same thing his entire life. He meets her every day starting the next day and helps her eat less by eating all of her food himself. Following the meal, the two discuss their romantic lives. Debbie begins to like Zhenpeng after finally understanding him. Zhenpeng's mother informs him one day that Debbie had to be transported to the hospital after overdosing on fattening pills. Zhenpeng goes to her house and learns from her assistant that the report was false, but it has severely harmed Debbie's reputation. Later, he discovers her crying alone and approaches her. Debbie conveys her feelings to him and feels much lighter after speaking with him. Zhenpeng finally carries her home on her back. A year has passed since the incident. Debbie took a hiatus from modeling to focus on her health. She's slimmer and healthier than she was a year ago. Her assistant begs her to go see Zhenpeng because she clearly misses him. Debbie agrees and, for the first time in a year, leaves her flat. She goes to a park bench and sits by herself. Zhenpeng emerges out of nowhere and sits alongside her, much to her astonishment. He doesn't appear to recognize her at first, but then he hands her a donut and introduces himself as Tanshin. Debbie is overjoyed that he recognized her after all these years. The film concludes with them fighting in a light-hearted manner by the lake. The end. Please subscribe to assist the channel, turn on notification and leave a like. Thank you for taking the time to watch. See you again soon.